Did you know that some ancient communities survived sub-zero winters without modern heating, relying solely on ingenious natural techniques? This is gonna blow your mind. Northern communities faced 6 months of frost, relentless wind, and meagre supplies, yet they found ways to endure, sometimes thriving where others would perish. This wasn't luck. It was engineering born out of necessity, careful observation, and generations of trial and error. What allowed people to survive these frozen landscapes wasn't always visible, and often it was deceptively simple. Structures and systems designed to capture, retain, and extend every ounce of heat produced. Today, we're going to explore these survival strategies, the ingenuity behind them, and how understanding these principles can change the way you approach living off-grid or preparing for extreme conditions. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see survival through a lens few modern enthusiasts fully appreciate. Right now, take a second to like this video, share it with a friend who loves history, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to Survival Logic so you never miss these deep dives into survival knowledge that could save lives. The first principle that sustained these communities was thermal mass and heat retention. Fire alone is fleeting. A burning log produces intense heat, but much of it escapes within minutes. Early survivalists quickly realized that to make a fire worth the effort, it had to be paired with materials that could store and slowly release heat over hours. Brick, stone, and thick earth walls weren't just structural, they were energy reservoirs. They absorbed the intense heat of a fire, storing it and releasing it steadily long after the flames had died down. Families in northern Russia would light a fire in the morning, seal the hearth, and rely on the stored warmth to keep homes habitable throughout the day and night. This principle is as applicable today as it was centuries ago. If you're constructing a cabin, a long-term shelter, or even a small off-grid heating system, materials that store heat are far more effective than devices that produce instant warmth but cool just as quickly. Next, the design of the heat flow system itself was critical. In many traditional fireplaces, hot gases rush straight up the chimney, carrying away most of the energy your fuel produced. Survival engineers of the past understood this and created labyrinthine channels within stoves and walls that forced smoke and hot air to twist, turn, descend, and rise before finally exiting. Each turn and detour transferred heat to surrounding walls and bricks, extracting energy that would have otherwise been lost. Modern survivalists can apply the same concept in rocket mass stoves or insulated fire pits, extending heat output and conserving fuel in a way that feels almost counterintuitive, but works perfectly with physics. Another overlooked aspect was slow combustion. Fires were not simply started to burn quickly. The low horizontal fireboxes used in traditional stoves allowed flames to burn longer and hotter in a controlled environment. This meant gases could reburn, unburned fuel would be minimized, and maximum heat would transfer to the mass surrounding the fire. The strategy wasn't flashy. It required patience and observation, but it multiplied the effectiveness of every piece of wood. Even today, recreating a controlled, efficient burn can dramatically reduce fuel use in off-grid survival setups. Beyond heating, these systems were multifunctional survival tools. Stoves didn't just warm rooms, they cooked food, dried clothing, preserved herbs, and even served as warm sleeping surfaces. Platforms above fireboxes became beds. Slow cooking chambers provided nutrient-dense meals, and small nooks kept essential items dry. This wasn't luxury or convenience, it was necessity. Every bit of heat and energy had to serve multiple purposes. Modern preppers and survival enthusiasts can take a lesson from this. When building a survival system, think about every function it can fulfill. Perhaps the most important takeaway from historical survival is efficiency through design. Fuel was precious. People didn't waste calories or logs. They engineered their environment to hold energy and make it work for them. Every brick, every curve in a stove, every layer of insulation was refined over generations to extend survival. Even the most sophisticated European heating methods lagged behind the solutions developed in these harsh climates, proving that necessity truly is the mother of invention. For anyone interested in history, survival, or off-grid living, these principles are timeless. They show that survival isn't about accumulating the most gear or relying on the newest technology. It's about understanding the physics of your environment, optimizing every resource, and thinking ahead. A well-designed heating system paired with practical routines can sustain life through months of extreme cold using a fraction of the resources most people consider necessary. If you found this exploration of survival engineering valuable, make sure to subscribe to Survival Logic, share this video with friends who love history or practical survival strategies, and leave a comment about which ancient survival techniques you want us to explore next. Knowledge like this isn't just interesting. It's a guide to thriving in the most unforgiving conditions, and it can change the way you prepare for the future. Stay updated on more survival secrets. New videos every week.